Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Who do we got today? Hello, Ash, Clara, Angel, Silver, Laura, Shawnee, Aaron, Minnie. Hello, friends. Hello, 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 hello. Aaron, I saw, I just finished watching the news video. I like him, but disagree with him about Bobby Cole. Gina Hinhoza, probably said that wrong, is getting my vote. Hey, you know what? That's awesome. I mean, that's the purpose, right? That's the purpose of what I'm doing, is to get these conversations out there. So, totally understand. There were a couple of things that I disagreed with him on, but it wasn't about agreeing or disagreeing in that respect. It was about letting people know who he was and what he stood for on the ballot. Let's win this seat. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. How's everybody doing today? Do y'all feel like we're waiting for someone to open a door any day now to slap shit his pants in the face with consequences? Wouldn't that be nice? Hey, DD. Hey, DDEC. Like we say, nobody's perfect. Yep. You know, the thing in Texas that's bothering me to an extent, I mean, it's an important conversation to have. Actually, what's bothering me is people that are complaining about the fact that that people are arguing between Tallarico and Crockett because of some things that Tallarico said. And in my head, I'm like, it's the primaries. The primaries are coming up. We don't need to focus on Paxton and all of them before the primaries have even happened. This is exactly what we should be doing. What Texans should be doing is having these discussions and trying to figure out who they're going to vote for. What's up, Jeremiah? It kind of just shows how big of a problem we've got as a whole, where like calling people out, there's this idea that a situation can be bigger than our ability to call people out for something they've said or done. And people have the right to vote for either one for whatever reason they want in the primaries. Again, I'm talking about the conversation needs to happen, because whether or not he actually did or not, there are people that feel he did, and having that conversation is an important one to have, because there are people that there's someone who felt like they did. Whether or not it's true, I don't know. I still like Tallarico. If he said that, that's pretty bad. But that's also assuming that I agree with everything that Crockett said. Well, what was it reported that he said? It was reported that he said when he jumped in the race for Senate, he thought he was running against a mediocre candidate. That is what it was reported that he said. There is no video of him saying it. It was a private conversation. Do we want to do anything that damages? But again, we can't ignore reality. If we say we want to hold people accountable, then we need to hold people accountable. If this specific act, if this specific situation was going to be enough to have someone vote for Ken Paxton over either of these two people, they were never going to vote for either of these two people. We need to be honest about that. What's up, Outer? And I don't think his campaign is getting derailed. Hey, Heidi. I think there are people that are pissed. His statement was inelegantly put. That's all. I mean, I agree. But I can get the argument against it. Yeah. No, I understand why people are nervous. But in the end, this is not going to damage their campaign, either of them. Or if it does, then their goal really isn't to win the Senate. If Republicans don't like their options here, they just won't vote. Yeah. The unfortunate reality is is social media and the internet has made a lot of this difficult. This whole thing, it's made this whole thing really difficult. Virality of things makes it difficult. Because again, there's this idea that no one in any campaign ever will say something stupid. Good news is spring is just around the corner, already allergic to the outside again. There you go. Yeah, they don't have enough ICE agents to put ICE at polls. Nor is it legal for any federal agents to be at a poll. It's actually illegal. If he said it, he should own it and apologize. Yep. Even Tillis called them on it. Well, when it comes to Tillis, my question is, what is he actually going to do? Tillis loves calling people out on things. Tillis loves saying stuff is bullshit, but then ends up supporting it. I've never been a fan of Tillis. Watched a video this morning detailing how ICE hasn't complied with 90 court orders. Yep. And how a woman in the DOJ was like, I'm kind of hoping you hold me in contempt so I can sleep for 24 hours. Hey, Grizzly. Hey, Mr. Wallace. Yeah, I can't stand Ken either. Yep. Truth, truth, truth. When has legality ever stopped him? So here's the thing. It has stopped him a lot. I know it feels like it hasn't in certain cases, but legality has stopped him a lot. I think we need to understand that. There is a lot of things that he has tried to do that the courts have stopped him on, and he hasn't done. The problem is he's doing so much stuff that we're not really noticing how many times he has failed miserably at doing something. My aunt is an immigration attorney here in Minnesota. She said it's indescribable how crazy things are. That's, yeah, I can only imagine. Just so you guys are aware, on Monday, I'm going to be putting out a video where I interviewed someone who was detained and talked about the experience. They were going for a green, they got detained during a green card interview. Morning, Kia. Morning, Summer. Morning, Laura. Just finished your conversation with Emily. Love her. Wish she'd join us in the mornings. Me too. I would love to have Emily around. Dad's chat on TikTok is a lawyer in Minneapolis who has clients in the detention center. He's been posting about it. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And this experience that I'm talking about is arguably a better experience than most. So, and I was dumbfounded and disgusted by that experience. And it's not the kind of experience that they're having in places like Chicago or Minneapolis or Portland. Morning, Tanya. They closed the Texas detention center due to the measles. Hold on a second. I got a phone call that I got to take real quick. It's my dad calling. All right, I'm back. Got a Mr. Booster shot yesterday. The center they're housing the children. Gotcha. Okay. Nice of work to lay off a bit today so I can actually listen. Do they know I have a standing Teams meeting every morning? Don't they know? Yeah. Exactly. You missed your opportunity for shenanigans. Yep, you missed it. You had a window and you failed. I felt so. I'm on I'm on medication, some depression, antidepressants antidepressant medication. And with the weather and everything that's been going on and how busy that I've been, I forgot to take it for like 3 days. And I didn't realize it until yesterday when I felt absolutely wretched. So if you're on antidepressant medication, don't stop taking it for 3 days. It's not good. Don't do it. So I was low on sleep because I pretty much hadn't been sleeping for 4 days. Forgot to take the meds. I always remember it was only because of how it was only because of like the weather and the fact that I've been getting up like every 2 hours, which made me even more tired, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Hey, Lady Prairie. Done that, I feel like I'm going to jump out of my skin and just jumped out of a mosh pit. I had mine was dizziness. So important. Thank you to everyone for being open about taking it. Well, you know, it's a reality. Mine's because of a lot of different things. Mine is partially because of Parkinson's, and then also because of just, you know, the world these days kind of all coming together at once. Makes you a nicer person. It was really weird. Like, it was one of those things where I felt dizzy. I felt like I was almost having an out of body experience where like just nothing seemed clear. My girlfriend was trying to come off Vexer. Her doctor gave her a paper plan that slowly lowered the dose over the course of a year, 6 months, and she gave up. She felt awful. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you gotta be very, very careful on how you get off of that stuff. Keeps you out of jail. I just wish we could find a way to deal with this stuff that didn't. I just wish we didn't have to deal with all this shit that made us all depressed. Wouldn't that be nice? Good morning, Carla. What's happening besides the usual BS? Oh, you know, we're talking about the joys of antidepressant drugs and how they mess you up. Scared of antidepressants since the last time I was on them. They screwed up my brain chemistry. I had to take multiple meds to fix it. It was a year before I was through it all. Yeah. Yeah, it's if it weren't for the fact that part of the reason I'm on it is because of my Parkinson's, I would try and find another way to not be on it. Can we do a class action lawsuit for mental anguish asking for a friend? Wouldn't that be nice? Unfortunately, we're going to see a lot of long-term depression from this administration. Yep. It's true. My antidepressant is now on a do not prescribe list for a lot of virtual doctors. They say it's addictive because of the withdrawal symptoms. Long-term trauma. Yes. Gotcha. Yep. Totally agree. Trump's interview on NBC last night was bonkers. I can't imagine what America will look like after 3 more years of this. Me neither. Me neither. Me neither. Every interview he does is bonkers. Let's also be fair. Every interview that man does is bonkers. I've yet to see one that hasn't been bonkers in the last 10 years. Good morning, Jen. You know what was almost worse was, in my mind, was Treasury Secretary Bessent's testimony on Capitol Hill. That was just disgusting to watch. Every time any of them are up there, I just bleh. Even the committee chair wasn't letting the elected official ask their questions. Yep. I didn't watch it. I watched clips of it, and I read some reporting on it. It was wild. Oh yeah. Johnson pretending to know more about the Bible than the Pope. Yeah. That was wild too. Yep. Oh gosh. So many wild things. It just never ends. This is why I have trouble making videos, guys. I could make a video every like 20 minutes about something new that this administration has done. Propaganda, that was Homeland Security's Facebook post. That was that overwhelming amount of Americans approve of their ICE policies and doings. But if you read, it's talking GOP only. Yeah. Again, that is something that we need to be aware of, is for the next 3 years, they will do exactly what a lot of Christians do, which is cherry pick and pick specific things that make them look good, and while not like lie what they're fully about, they will say it and hide it in such a way that you actually have to look to see what they're really telling you. Correct, Summer. It is important to find time away. and find glimmers. Yep. Lying by omission. Correct. Correct. We had New Jersey saying we don't need warrants, bro. Mikey went, yes, yes, you do, bro. I love Johnson talking about how you can't cross state lines with a firearm and the proper documentation from your state. There's the amount of dumbass statements they're making and the amount of backtracking they're doing and more dumbass. It's just wild. The 10 Commandments are a useful scorecard to count the hypocrites. Truth. Except during Teams meetings where we rage against the dying of the light. Yeah, we got to rage against the machine, guys. This is the time to rage against the machine. But according to Mike Johnson, they don't need warrants because that will take. Oh yeah, that whole that whole statement is just wild, guys. We can't require warrants because it'll just take too long. Wah 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 wah. That is why anytime I show video of Mike Johnson talking, I'm just going to go wah, 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 wah. Because that is all I hear is a bunch of wah, wah, wah. They're still failing their quotas. Of course they are. Because 70% of everyone there, the fact is the people that they're actually like detaining most of them are getting released because they've got nothing. They're just grabbing people. I don't understand how Mike Johnson hasn't been fired as speaker yet, because the Republicans in Congress are little babies. Let's just put it that way. Let's say that. They could easily have enough people to probably start the process, but I don't think they could get any new speaker, and it would just make them look incompetent. Spineless, that works too. Yep. Feckless, all of that. Yep. I'm not a lawyer, but crossing state lines without proper documentation wouldn't that put Rittenhouse in trouble, or would that be double jeopardy? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm not a lawyer either. The Republican Party has become MAGA. And anyone thinks that they can be a Republican without being MAGA right now is kidding themselves, right? They're just kidding themselves. They're trying to pretend they live in a world that they don't live in. That's not reality, unfortunately for them. They're not looking. That requires having morality to be able to look at the morality of their actions. It would require having it to begin with. And they don't. Yeah, I saw that too, Grizzly. That was wild. Agents talking on Reddit about how their contracts are not being upheld by the government. It was, I mean, are any of us surprised? Really? I'm sure not. How could they have known that Trump would screw them? I know, right? Did they really think they'd get 50K bonuses from the US government? Obviously, some of them did. Obviously, some of them did. You're still waiting for your Doge check? Yeah, all of us are. All of us are still waiting for that Doge check. I think we'll be waiting for a long time, but from the guy who never pays his debts, what a surprise. I know, right? Yeah. The 8K Doge check that's coming on the 32nd of February. Right. Yep. Right. And no taxes on overtime, which you are taxed on overtime. Yep. Yeah. At least thank goodness your eggs are down to $1.96 a dozen, right, Flamingo? There's that at least. You got that at least. You see that ICE is ditching the camo and tactical gear and is now wearing regular clothes to try and blend in. Good luck on that. Happy Friday Eve. No healthcare, no bonus, no Doge check, no tariff check. One would think they'd get the punchline by now. Right? Right? One would think. One would think. Will they still be wearing masks? Because that's a dead giveaway. I mean, I guess it all depends if certain laws get passed. Right now, yeah, they're going to keep wearing masks. For sure. 100%. 100%. Hey, Rosa. Did they forget them? Half of them probably weren't even, most of them probably weren't even alive during it, Carla. So yeah, they forgot them. I was talking today at work with a coworker and said it's starting to become where you might have to take out a loan just to get groceries. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there are people that are dipping into their retirement money to pay for everyday things. Yep. That's already happening. Morning, Siberia. Only if you're on government assistance. Nope. I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm not sure what comment you're responding to. So I guess I can't say nope yet. What comment are you responding to? People are already taking payday loans out to buy groceries. Yep. Maxing out credit cards. Yep. Hey, Annie. Thanks for the heart me. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Chrissy. And Ash. Good morning, Jose. Hey, Autumn. Okay, Claire. What's your opinion on the Virginia governor's 50 new tax proposals? Depends what the tax proposals are. I haven't looked into all the tax proposals. I have no issue with people being taxed. Your cost of living has gotten better. Lies. That's a flat out lie. Don't believe you. Sorry. Morning. One of them is a dog walking tax. I'd have to read the that doesn't tell me what the actual tax is. I'd have to actually read I'd have to read what the proposal is. It is not just a dog walking tax. There's always more to it. Hey, Ghost. We're not getting better with the economy. Oh, gosh, no. If anything, things like inflation are actually worse, but it's shrinkflation along with inflation. I don't care about the videos, Trucker. I care about the actual documents, and I haven't read the documents. There are some people that just get upset anytime the idea of more taxes is suggested, even though taxes are necessary. That's been going on for years. Well, it's gotten a lot worse. not forget video, but video is not by its very nature, depending on what you're talking, like seeing people angry about it doesn't tell me anything. I need to see the document, especially when it's talking about taxes. I need to see the documents and I need to see what they're actually about, because taxes are necessary in a society. So depending on what they're taxing, how they're taxing it, why they're taxing it, I don't always have an issue with it. And also, just because they're proposals doesn't mean they're all going to get through. And it would have gotten even worse. They were given everything away. I don't understand what you're saying. Tax on dog walking services. I mean, I'd still need to read it before I could give an opinion. Lost 68,000 manufacturing jobs overall last year. Ford had a net loss of several billion due to Trump's tariffs. Yep. Hey, Kelly. Thank you for checking in. I hope you're doing well, friend. You need to, I'll probably be messaging you later to check up on you. But who loves me? but multiple things can be true. We do live on stolen land. Things were going well with the last presidency. Better than this president. Yep. Perfect? No. Was everything great? No. Better than this president. Way better. What makes him so bad? Oh. Let's see. He is a known liar. He's a convicted. He has been found liable for SA. He is in the files of a known person who sold quote unquote services of minors. He has 34 felony convictions to his name. He has used his role in office to make himself $3.8 billion. Let's see. What else? Oh, he has destroyed our place on the world stage almost forever, ending our seat at the table in a lot of discussions. He's a grifter. I could keep going. And we didn't have to brace ourselves every day for the next atrocity. Yeah. He said on mic that he is happy about the fact that he can go up and grab women in their private parts. Okay. Well, you're clearly a Democrat, and just like the Clintons. Well, no, not a Democrat. Never have been a Democrat or Republican, but you asked why I didn't like him. I told you why I didn't like him. Why do you think that makes me a Democrat? You know what that makes me? A human being with morals. That's what that makes me. Why did I like the last presidency? I never said I liked the last presidency. You asked if the last presidency was better than this presidency. But what did I like about the last presidency? Well, let's see. He didn't send masked and armed agents into cities, taking away people's Fourth Amendment rights. He didn't take the lives of two American citizens. He helped get us out of a 6% inflation rate down to a 2.7%. No, 2.3%. Have you forgot? You know that COVID happened before he was president, right? He did not cause the loss of life of 13 soldiers. That pullout was negotiated by the current president in the last month of his first term. Billions of people are not running over the border for free, nor have they ever. Nope, nor have millions run over the border for free. Asylum is not for free. Temporary protected status that he's taking away from people is not for free. They can't vote. They can't vote. It's a good mythical morning hat. No, it's not a lie. It's not a lie. You have not seen it on camera. You have not seen it on camera. Guarantee 150,000% you have not seen it on camera. We're more likely to get a 1,000% discount on our medication than having video of the kind of fraud that you have supposedly seen on camera in our voting. Asked them how they would feel if Biden brought Taliban members to Camp David near the anniversary of 9/11, right? I'm sorry, Grace. Fortunately, I can't control that. How much are the media supremacists paying you to serve a church mission for a religion you worship? Wow. Nope. I don't let up people I don't know, Sammy. Hey, Mission. Thank you, my friend. And Marit, thank you. Carla, Mel, Linda, Wabadaba, Carla, Rosa. Of course, Owen. Here, I'll make it easy for you. Oh, never mind. Courtney made it easy for you. You don't even know what communism is, Richard. Of yeah, Grizzly. That was wild. I don't think so, but I think we've got 2 roses in here, so it's possible I was talking to the other one. I don't know. Lives like this give hope. We're not alone. You are definitely not alone. 100%. All right, Richard. Again, you don't even know the definition of it. So, but thanks for playing. Cowboy, know your facts before commenting on my page. Okay. Bye, Richard. Have the day you deserve. Job loss is up 118% from January 2025. Shocker. Color me shocked. Richard, don't be a Richard. Yeah, unemployment's going up. And also, unemployment is only counted by people who are still looking for jobs. There's a lot of people that have just given up looking for jobs. Oh, I know, Silver. Of course, Jackie. All right. Let's bring it down in the chat, okay? Just all around. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it down. I think we are both on the same teams, so let's bring it down. All right, your mom. I'll be on listen mode only for a bit. No worries, mission. America is key. Education is key to a functioning society, and America needs that. No argument. People are not being educated, are not educating themselves. Totally agree. The tube of why. Any big changes? Wouldn't say massive changes. Sure you do, your mom. Sure you do. And even if you do, a degree doesn't technically mean you are educated. JD Vance has a law degree, and I would argue he's an idiot. And yes, being smart doesn't equal wise. Those are two very different things. Wisdom and intelligence are very different. I'll take real world experience over 160K debt any day. True. True. Guys, who's ready to watch Bad Bunny on Sunday? Hey, hey, hey now. Kelly, that's rude. It's rude. I like Bad Bunny. I have actually never really listened to any of Bad Bunny's music. But the fact that it pisses off MAGA, I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. The fact that we get to watch Bad Bunny and they have to watch Kid Rock and a bunch of other no-name people as their other choice. I love it. I love it. And Green Day. Yep. You're just a bitter Steelers fan. That's fair. It's going to have less viewers than the original Super Bowl. What is? What's going to have less viewers than the original Super Bowl? The Super Bowl? No. I think this is probably going to be a massive amount. There's going to be a massive amount of people watching the Super Bowl. There's going to be people that have never even considered watching the Super Bowl that are going to watch the Super Bowl. I hope Erica Kirk hugs Kid Rock like she hugged JD Vance. There you go. I assumed that the Pats would not be back in the Super Bowl for at minimum another decade. Minimum another decade. So this is, it's wild to me. Hey, you know, I'm a big fan of Mike Variable. Always have been. It really just shows if you get the right coach and the right team around and the right players. I'm still salty about the Pats being there. Been a Broncos fan since 1980. I understand. Hopping off. Lots of love from the Netherlands. 100% saying thank you. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. I'm sitting here watching the Cowboys fans crash out over not making a conference playoff in like 2 decades, let alone the Super Bowl. Yeah. We need the right coach for our country. Truth. Kelly wins. Comment of the day. Actually, we need more than just the coach. We need the right team. Because Congress ain't doing much either. Okay, Matt. JD Vance is an imbecile. Off to get your degrees so you can be smart. Good luck, Jackie. You think Congress would be refs? Yeah, I guess that's arguable. Hey, Alejandra. Patriots manager owner gave Trump millions of dollars. Yep. Never actually been a huge fan of the owners of the Patriots owner. I'm not a huge fan of any sports ownership. Kind of do feel bad for teams that have never been there. Yep. I understand. Cowboys will continue to suck as long as there's the clown that continues to own them. True. People will tune in just for the performances out of sheer spite, not care about the football. I mean, half of what happened to a week filled with Pat's merch. Rosa, I'm going to wear it tomorrow. I'll wear it tomorrow. Honestly, I've just been so busy that I've forgotten to put it on. Maybe I'll grab it when I go make more coffee. Community people can come up if they want. Most people watch it for the ads. A vast majority of the people watch it for the ads. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Left All the Way. Thank you, Babia. Mission. Uncle Creepy Dee Dee. Sorry for missing all those. Super Bowl is a social thing. Oh, yeah. 100%. 100%. Yeah, I don't really watch it as much for the ads anymore either. I feel like the ads in general have just gotten worse. So even then, Eagles owner opened up the link to give shelter during the super cold snow event to the homeless. They set up food. Yeah, and again, I'm not saying owners don't have the capability of being good ones. I just I disagree. I have a problem with any of these big owners. So is ice at the Super Bowl going to be an issue? According to the NFL, there will be no ICE agents at the Super Bowl. Now, I don't know how viable of a statement that is, but that is what they have. That is what the Super Bowl has said. That is what the members of the NFL have said publicly. So I guess we'll have to see. Is it going to be an issue? ICE anywhere is an issue. So why are they there? For the same dumbass reasons that they're trying to go to Italy. It's all the same. It's all the same. What's the same? The reason that they're being sent to lots of places that they have had no reason to be at. They have no reason to be in Italy for the Olympics. They would have no reason to be at the Super Bowl. They're there because this administration is corrupt, inept. Yes, Kelly. Italy. No, that doesn't got my tongue. I just choose what I answer. You'll have to talk to Italy, Mike Ratcliffe. Or Mexico, whatever country you said. Denver area is getting bad. Yeah. Surprisingly, I don't speak for Mexico. But we speak for America. I don't speak for America. I speak for me. No one speaks for America. I have no right or authority to speak for anybody except myself. I don't speak for progressives. I don't speak for Democrats. I don't speak for anybody. I talk about a world that I want to see, and I talk about what I am experiencing and seeing. Sometimes I give opinions. Sometimes I talk facts. Sometimes I talk about things that are subjective. Sometimes I talk about things that are objective. Your cult leaders tell you to say that. That's rich. Cult of Pickles paid me to say it. Girthy Pickles. Cult of Girthy Pickles paid me to say that. Yep. Being with the curse have been in New Jersey too long. Yeah, by the way, if you're in New Jersey's 11th, primary is today. If you know anyone in New Jersey's 11th, or you know anyone in New Jersey, make sure they're not, if they're in the 11th. Make sure they get out and vote in those primaries. It always boggles me that people think that I'm getting paid by somebody. It's like, jeez. If I was getting paid by somebody, I would be actually pretty ecstatic, because then I could afford to have someone help me edit all this stuff that I'm doing. Do I like bourbon? I don't mind it in certain situations. I wouldn't say I love bourbon. I would even struggle to say I like it. I don't mind it. I don't mind certain drinks that use it. I would never drink bourbon straight up. Now that Schumer is in the files, I got to take my Schumer bikini out of my suitcase and throw away my Schumer Bible. No more Schumer themed parties. Still waiting on that check too. Yep. Share the wealth, right? Right, Ash? Share the wealth, dag nabbit. People think, like, if somebody paid me to keep doing what I'm already doing, I would be ecstatic. I would never take pay if I was being told what to talk about, ever. But if someone liked what I was doing and wanted to support me doing what I'm doing, like, that's called a job. You're planning on having a Schumer Easter? I'm very weird about all of that, Kelly. I have it in my link tree, but I'm very weird about asking for money. I just struggle with it. You are, Mission. You are helping a lot. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everyone's support. Especially when I know there are people that are like I have friends that are struggling to just like pay their rent, that have Ash. Carla wants to talk about girthy pickles. Which is your favorite, dill, sweet, or spicy? Dill. 100% dill. Mission, thank you. Like, I've got a friend who I did an episode with in Portland, who has a GFM to be able to pay just bills. I like spicy. I hate sweet. Sweet pickles are disgusting. Can we get him out of office somehow? The only way that we are getting him out of office is if we get enough people in Congress that are willing to impeach and convict. That is the only way for the next 3 years that we are getting him out. How dare you say that? I don't like it. I don't like it. Dill is my favorite. Dill is what I will 99% eat. I do not mind sweet pickles or spicy pickles. I hate sweet pickles. And good morning, Shane. How are you doing, buddy? Thank you for the super chat, Ash. I appreciate you, my friend. Ash and Rosa have made it possible for me to be doing what I'm doing when it comes to interviewing all these people. If it were not for Ash and Rosa, I would not be able to do what I'm doing. That's just a fact. You know, living the American dream, I guess. Fair. Just trying to encourage shenanigans. You're good at it. Drinking pickle juice is great for electrolytes. Sweet pickle sliced up with something salty like ham is good. Blech. I can have dill pickles with almost anything. I just don't like sweet. Kimchi is delicious. Oh, I love kimchi. Our family like lives on kimchi. I make kimchi. I bought a giant bowl. Like a giant bowl just for kimchi making. I think we're close to 200 candidates contacted. Dang. Ash, thank you again for the $2 super chat. Unfortunately, we've only heard back from about 50 of those 200 we've contacted, which I knew we wouldn't hear back from all of them. I wish we heard back from more of them. Oh, I understand that it wouldn't happen. Oh, I understand it's not bad. I just wish it was more. I hear about kimchi. It's fermented Napa cab. It's Korean fermented cabbage. So Napa cabbage. So it's made in the same way that like what is it? What's the one that uses regular cabbage, not Napa, and doesn't use anything like special in it? No, sauerkraut. Yes. So it's Korean sauerkraut. It's so good. It's so good. And it's really good for you too. I love cucumber kimchi. Pretty much love kimchi everything. We have kimchi ramen. We put kimchi in, we make Linda, thank you for being for 2 months membership over on the tube. Mike's interviews are fantastic. I appreciate you on that. Good for your gut. Yep. We make what we call sushi burritos. So a lot of the same stuff that's in sushi, but we also put kimchi in it because kimchi with everything is good. Okay, I did a few thousand likes. Gotta go to class. I appreciate you, Grace. Good luck in class. Don't forget to watch the ones that are coming out this week. One's coming out like every day for at least a little bit, just because I have so many on the docket that like I can't just wait. I can't just have them all sit in my hard drive. I don't have enough space in my hard drive to store everything that I'm recording and editing. So stuff's just going up. And I'm doing like 2 to 4 interviews a day. So please watch the stuff and share it. Please watch the stuff and share it. Please. I make pickled carrots and asparagus during the summertime. I just like them for snacking. Oh yeah. How's the show been? Had an appointment? It's been fine. It's gotten pretty calm. It's been a very calm day, just as a whole. Like, there were some people that came in and it was a little crazier, but as a whole, it's been a pretty calm day. Numbers wise, too. I don't know if people are just busy doing other things or what, but, or I didn't put enough rage on my title above my head. I don't know. I love pickled vegetables. Pickled vegetables as a whole are some of my favorite things. It doesn't really matter what kind of vegetables you're talking about. If it's a pickled vegetable, chances are I will like it. Pickled meats, not a big fan of. But vegetables, big fan of. Repost and like as well, yes. He said he'll win his lawsuit, so he'll take the money now. Yeah, I saw that, CC. Yes, Linda. It kind of got delayed because the person I'm writing the song with just had some crazy weeks that they had to do. But we should be working on it again this week. Do you like pickled eggs? I don't know if I've ever actually had a pickled egg, if I'm being honest. Probably, but I've never had one. DJT being investigated for 500 million from Saudi. Yeah, the Bitcoin. Yep. Unfortunately, nothing's going to come of it because who's going to hold him responsible? The problem with all these investigations is who's going to hold him responsible. Green beans, beets, carrots, asparagus, cabbage, gimme. Make the midterms blue all the way through. That I agree with. A bar in my, and preferably progressives that want to be held accountable and aren't going to take lobbyist and PAC money. Again, the question is, do we really want things to change or not? So let's do things in the primaries right. Do things right in the primaries and then go from there. Which primaries were on the 3rd, Summer? Minnesota. Really? Huh. Maybe it's because I haven't interviewed anyone in Minnesota that I forgot about it, that I didn't realize that. The ones that I have in my brain are the people that I'm interviewing. So I know like North Carolina and Texas are coming up at the beginning of March. There's another one coming up like a week or two after that. Do you think we'll get justice for the e-files? Not the kind of justice that we want, Kelly. I would say probably not. Definitely not as soon as we would want it. I think there's possibility of holding them accountable later on. But right now, no. Again, it would require... The problem is the people that have the power are the problem, right? The people whose names are popping up on the e-files are the people in power. You think they're going to allow themselves to be held? They're going to hold themselves accountable? No. Oh, I thought Minnesota's primary was in August. Gotcha. It's not funny, but it's just insane. Yeah. To be fair, most of the news coming out of here lately has been Cube related. Truth. Yeah. Pickles pig feet? No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. By the way, Mission, thank you for the galaxy. I don't know how I missed that. I was probably focusing on other things. Caucus. Oh, okay. Have you ever tried pineapple zucchini? You're official? Heck yeah. Congratulations, Candace. I'm not a huge fan of pineapple except by itself. I'm not a fan of pineapple with anything else. Sorry, I'm working and chatting at the same time, and sometimes my brain skips a beat. You're good. Texas early voting starts on the 17th and ends the 27th. Yeah. So scary excited. I hear you. Well, good luck. And I saw your thing. I sent you the link so you can pick a day and we'll interview you. That's awesome. Congratulations. Oh, did you already pick a day and I missed it? There you go. Or I'm just losing my mind, all of which is possible. Oh, that's right. I do remember sending you the thing. Yeah. Yep. Guys, I can't keep track of all. I can't keep track of all of them. I am focused on today and my 2 interviews today. That is all my brain can handle. Okay, Luigi. You say so. Hey, Patty. I tried to get today, but it didn't go through. Yeah, I put limits on when you can sign up for things because I gotta, my day gets filled. So. Arkansas, North Carolina, Texas on March 3rd, Mississippi on the 10th. Gotcha. Those are actual dates, not early voting. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Patty. Appreciate you guys. Your son is excited to vote in his first primary? Heck yeah. Boy, do we have some things to talk about. It's never ending. And like I said, I'm meeting some really amazing people. Who's the real evil in this world? The real evil? That's arguably subjective. Everyone considers different things to be evil. Everyone in the e-files that took part or created that whole thing, I would consider to be pretty evil. People that lack humanity and empathy, the real elite evil. I would definitely think extreme wealth. Causes people to do some pretty evil things. Stephen Miller. Yep, that's fair. This whole administration. They either are doing things themselves or protecting people that are doing some pretty heinous stuff. You could see an argument for them being evil. I'm not sure if it's because he gets to skip school that day or the actual voting part, but he's excited. That's fair. Both are pretty cool. People who use religion to do atrocious things. Which is why I say it, to an extent, it's subjective because what people consider evil to be different. But this is a speaker that has his teenage son monitoring his browser history. The speaker that thinks he knows more about the Bible than the Pope. The government is a puppet for the real elite who's controlling the world. Ah, well. I mean, rich people do control a lot. No, I'm not going to argue that. You preserve cubed zucchini in pineapple juice. It tastes just like pineapple. Interesting. Speaker votes for policy that contradict the Bible. Fair. That's fair. I'd rather just eat a pineapple. If I'm being honest, I wouldn't be against trying it. But in the end, I just eat a pineapple. Then I get pineapple juice and all that stuff. It's cool that works though. Makes money to buy himself into heaven. It's a wild world we live in right now, ain't it? Ain't it? It's a wild, wild world. You're talking about the guy who was the leader of Germany in the 1930s. He is a bad guy. An extremely bad guy. Bad is probably giving him too much credit. I don't know, Kelly. I don't know. Thought you were going to get more coffee. I was. Usually I get people to come up and interact with everyone while I do it, but no one came up. It's fine. I'll be all right. I probably need to cut down my coffee intake anyways. Pretty sure I'm getting too much caffeine in a day. Pretty sure I'm drinking too much caffeine in a day. Morning, Minnesota Mom. Yes, I know what Stalin did in World War II. He was a bad man too. Morning, Roxanne. Bad man. Very bad man. No, I don't need someone to come up. I'm okay. I'm okay not having coffee. More coffee. I had a whole... This thing's huge. I had a lot of coffee. We're good. Hi, Rosa.
Oh, hey. I realized that I asked if you needed someone. But you can get coffee if you want.
But okay.
Want is different.
Want is different. All right. Well, you guys get to talk to Rosa for a little bit.
Yay. Y'all think we could get to 30K before he gets back?
This is a speaker that has his teenage son monitoring his browser history.
I don't know what that was. Oh, hey, y'all. I bet we could get to 30K before he gets back. I think my YouTube played on the background. My bad. How y'all doing? Are we excited for New Jersey? Because I'm stoked. Do we have any predictions on like how many points they will flip it? Cuddling with your pup. Shawnee, just don't give your pup any Parmesan cheese. I'm waiting to see the outcome too, Minnesota Mom. I'm hoping it's a big flip. Yeah, Shawnee, that's probably a good bet. Like I'm guessing at least 14. I don't actually know if Parmesan cheese is bad for dogs. It was kind of an inside joke. 4 days a week? That's rough. I'm sorry, Carla. That's what I was thinking, Shawnee. Is like 14 is a pretty like average number. I think 14 and 16 is the numbers that Scott has been giving. Nap time. Oh, that's good, Laura. I took a nap yesterday. my pain level was too high. No, I think that it's probably fine. Like, I honestly don't know. It's kind of a joke. It's a gross joke. I'm sorry, Carla. That is, the prices are ridiculous. Yeah, it seems the more mud and just shit that they sling shows how upset they are and how worried. It seems the more worried and like nervous they get, the more bizarre and wild things. They're all going to jail. I don't think so, Kathy, but whatever. Continue to stay delusional. That's fine. The people that should be in jail are not in jail. They're in the White House, unfortunately. Oh, we made it to 30K before he got back.
Woo! I would have been back sooner, but I had to change outfits because, you know, Patriots.
You can drop me down if you want. I just want to give you a break to get coffee.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Boo. No. To be fair, I'm wearing brewski. So. And if you don't know, brewski is someone everyone should love. Reporting this. The only options left are tyranny or revolution. Disagree. 100 billion% disagree. You didn't expect this from me? I've been a Pats fan for a long time. I remember the 86 Bears Pats game. How old was I then? 8? 7? 8? Somewhere around there. Go Patriots, I guess. Everyone around me except my Patriots loving boyfriend is rooting for the Seahawks. Hey, you know. The fridge. Walter the Fridge Perry. I wonder how many more people I could get if I changed my title to Go Pats. Doubling down on being a true patriot. Yes. Yep. You got the branding going. Now I want to see. Unfollowed immediately? Go sports. I'm cool with your politics, but this is a problem for me. Hey, you know, I I did it. I did it. I did it, Ash. It's a bridge too far, man. You're rooting for Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl? There you go, Allie. Perfect. Do it. Further dividing us? How dare you? Oh. I still have to find out if I'm actually doing anything on Sunday. I don't think I have any friends that are actually watching the Super Bowl, or if they are, they haven't talked to me about it. It's because I'm a Pats fan. No, actually, it's because having the snow this last weekend threw everyone's timetables off. Like, I know people that were doing stuff that ended up being like, things got pushed to this Sunday. Halftime, we all got to watch our Tina twerk. We all got to do our Tina twerk. Hey, Tiffany. Good morning. I have to rebuild my greenhouse because of the weather. Yeah. Discord watch party? Maybe. Maybe. We could potentially do that. We'll have to see. I don't know if you can. Is it online? Or do you have to have like a service to watch it online? Peacock. Ugh. Yeah, but my TV is all the way over there. All the streaming to watch sports is absolutely absurd. Makes me mad. Yeah. My fam would not be okay with me doing a hard line down the hallway into here. Corporate greed. Yep. I mean, I have a capture card already. Could sign up for a free 7-day trial and not have to pay anything. Maybe I'll do that. So yeah, join Discord. Maybe we'll do you should join anyways, but I'll figure out what the plan is for all of us, and if we're not doing anything, maybe we'll do a Discord watch party. We'll all watch Bad Bunny and Green Day minimum. We can watch the Patriots win another ring. So when the last time the Patriots played the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, and they intercepted on that last play, I dove on my carpet and hurt my shoulder. I'm sort of pulling for the Seahawks just for the Sam Darnold arc. That's fair. Like I said, I don't bring a seatbelt with you next. I don't know what I was thinking diving on a carpet, but I wasn't thinking, I guess, was really the case. I can't support the Pats owner. And that's fair. Well, all the Deflategate people no longer are with the Patriots, except for the owner, I guess. That's how I felt about the Steelers this year. Boo Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. How the mighty have fallen. I don't know why people keep hiring that man. He's literally done nothing. Sports ball. There's an interesting 8-episode Peacock original series called The Copenhagen Test. Scary if it ever comes true. Okay, I gotta go walk for a bit. Doctor says I'm not getting any younger and he doesn't want my cholesterol to get bad given my family's propensity for heart issues. All right, Silver. Have a good walk. Yes, you need to stay healthy. I probably need to start walking more too. I need to find a way. So the time I did the best in exercising. So how many of you guys used to have a Fitbit growing up? Or like 10 years ago when Fitbit was popular? 15 years ago when it was popular? Hey, Katie. I loved when all of my friends also had it and they had the thing where you could like see how many steps you were getting compared to your friends. That was like the time that I was doing like the best in exercise. I'm very much like I had a Fitbit too for a while after, but none of my friends did. Apple Watch does that kind of, you can do competitions. I've never seen that. Not with other people, I haven't. Interesting. Well, I need to find people to do competitions with because that's I think the only way that I'm going to actually exercise. Like, see, I hate the ring goals. I hate the ring goals. I think the ring goals are dumb. I think the rings are dumb. I've gotten the one where you go up the stairs when I've never gone upstairs once. If it was more consistent, so be it. But I just it helps you, and that's fine. That's great. I'm getting so many steps since I got a standing desk and a walking pad. Yeah. I'll look into what you can do in the competition. And maybe again, get on the Discord. I'll probably like throw it out there and be like, all right, I'm doing it. Who wants to be a part of it? And by the way, Katie, how you doing? Husband and I are doing a steps competition. Works for us. All right. All right. Yeah, like there were periods I had a friend who would basically, it would be me against him pretty much the whole time. And we would do like 30,000 steps in a day because we would just keep walking to try and beat each other. So I was getting lots of steps in that day, those during those times. How are you? I'm doing okay. I was telling people this morning, so I'm on like some, because of my Parkinson's, I'm on some antidepressant meds. And because of the crazy weather we've had and all of the interviews I'm doing, I actually forgot to take it for like 3 days. And my body was my body, my brain, everything was doing really bad yesterday. But I realized it, took it yesterday. I'm doing better today. But I was in bad shape yesterday. And I was doing like 3 interviews, and I'm sitting here like trying to focus, and just my whole brain and eyes and everything are just going. Patty, thank you. We need to play some Fortnite again soon, Katie. We need to stream playing Fortnite, because we win. When Katie and I play Fortnite, we win. When it's not Sub-Zero outside my person, I take walks after dinner. I'd be excited to do those again. Heck yo. Warzone? I haven't played Warzone in a while. I also need to get back into playing Last of Us. I just haven't had time. Guys, I'm doing so many interviews. And I have some friends that are considering, some friends of the channel that are considering help me like record some of the interviews. But they're all busy too. So it's been hard for them to find times that they are available to do it. So still just me. All right, I have to be productive now. Always a good time in chat. Kelly, thank you so much. Guys, by the way, if you like whiskey, if you're a whiskey person, go check out Be Wilder Kelly. She owns Bewilder Be Wilder, mushroom infused whiskey. If it's something that's of interest to you, go check her out. I mean, it's of interest to me, but I just can't afford to get a bottle. So that's me. Heck yeah. Like real mushrooms. Not psychedelic ones. See you, D-Deck. Bye, Kelly. Gonna try one of those sunrise lights to help me wake up in the morning in winter. Ooh, there you go. There you go. See you, Shane. A shot a day keeps the anger at bay. You know, I'm not gonna argue that one. I'm definitely not gonna argue that one. Ooh. There's a discussion going on in the mental health section. People are struggling right now. I say again, join the Discord. There's a lot of people in there, and I would love to get it really active again, where people are supporting each other and helping each other and talking about things that are going on in the world. I know with everything going on, sometimes it's hard to pay attention to Discord, but I think we could get a lot of good things to come from it if we all started using it again. This is me too. I've been so busy that I've struggled sometimes to actually like go on and update people and talk, because it's just like I get off here, I go eat, and then I interview, and then I eat, and then I interview, and then I go to sleep. We lucked out and have an east-facing bedroom, so the morning light hits so good, helps me come to. My problem is that I'm having trouble getting to sleep. So like I laid in bed for like 3-4 hours yesterday. I just couldn't get comfortable. And it took forever to get to sleep. That's been my issue. Well, it's definitely like our Discord has definitely calmed down. Like we still talk about stuff, but it's not like absolutely crazy. There was a period where we were just talking about everything nonstop, and I could see it being too much, but it's definitely calmed down. And we just need to start using it for things other than just politics. That's the other thing. There are definitely things in there that we could do that have nothing to do with politics. We just have to do it. Just gotta do it. Just gotta do it. Do it. Can we get Wordle in it? I don't know. Possibly. There are lots of bots that you can add to Discord. I just have to look into what's available. Scott said this year was going to be hard. I said this year was going to be hard. Scott and I were in full agreement on that sucker. Full agreement on that sucker. I said it was going to get worse before it gets better. Can we get a refund for the last 10 years? Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? What's funny is my Bad Bunny video that I made when he was announced is starting to kick off again. I'm questioning if it will get better. It'll get better. It'll get better. It will get better. When? That's dependent on far too many things, but it will get better. Promise you. I mean, how many people in this country probably thought it was never going to get any better during the Civil War or the Revolutionary War or civil rights or women's suffrage or Vietnam or a bunch of other things, like, or World War I or World War II. We're working on it, Ash. We're working on it. We're definitely working on it. The fact is bad things happen. The real question is what are we as a society willing to do to fix it once the problems are shown? There are always going to be problems. This is always going to be how society works. How far down we go is dependent on the people that live in society and how quickly and how universally we fix things. We talk about things. We have the conversations that need to be had. The more stubborn we are, the longer we are stubborn, the longer it will take to fix things. But every country, Russia, they did it. They got out of it. They're kind of back in it. That doesn't mean they won't get out of it again. Don't know. Who knows? We'll find out. If everything was perfect, we'd screw it up just for the drama. Yeah. So did you guys watch have you guys watched the fourth Matrix at all? In it, the AI said that there was a period where they tried to make the Matrix perfect, quote unquote, the perfect world for people, and it actually failed because people, by their very nature, wouldn't believe the perfection. Obviously, it's sci-fi, but I agree with them. How long has Putin been in office? I don't know. A while. A while. But I would argue that Russia right now is right around bottom, which means I could see them coming out of it soon. You're seeing the cracks form over there, big time, which is what happened. And actually, I've seen some things talk about how because of things like social media and the internet, the flip around is actually happening faster because you can't hide things as easily these days. But again, we'll see. We'll see. Putin's been in charge since 1999. Gotcha. We are in for a wild ride as they try to cling to power. Yeah. Yeah. Again, what we are experiencing right now is not unusual. And I think we need to remember that. And probably, I think a lot of us forget it because we feel like it's 2026. We should be past this shit now, right? Like, we feel like we should be better than this. But if you look at the history of change in America, in countries around the world, what we are experiencing right now is normal. Totally normal. I mean, power and control are cornerstones of society in general. Yes, you can say patriarchal because pretty much all society as a whole has been patriarchal, but conservatives trying to hold on to things that they feel comfortable with and have benefited them when they see society moving away from it, I don't think it's specifically a patriarchal thing. But obviously, in a society that has been patriarchal for this long, that is true. If anyone needs a little dose of patriotism, the Olympics start today. I struggle with the Olympics as a whole right now. I used to love watching it. And now I just feel like it's lost something. And I feel like we need to accept that and fix that. I don't feel as much patriotism in regards to the Olympics. But does it support the athletes, or does it support the people that are making money off of all of this? I don't know. That's why I say it's a struggle. As a Canadian, I've never felt this much patriotism, and that is very valid. It was the beginning of the end when they started to use professional athletes instead of college students. That is true. I wish they did not do that. A man won a medal and had to go in the back door for his own celebration dinner. Athletes still do the work. I hear you. I hear you. But in reality, I wish the athletes themselves would stand up against what's going on. Because again, not only do we need the country to stand up against the United States, we need the world to stand up against the United States right now. If I'm being honest. And obviously I don't like that reality because it's going to hurt. But again, is our goal long-term change or short-term comfortability? And the reality is we do too much in this country to avoid any short-term pain, which means we never get any long-term fix on anything. And again, I understand it. But what do we want? What do we want? What do we want? Guys, I am 131 subscribers away from 2,000 on the tube. 131 subscribers away. If you aren't following over there, please do. And share it with your friends. I would love to get to 2,000. My goal for the end of the year is to be able to actually make enough to survive and pay some people to help me do what I'm doing. That's my ultimate goal. But we'll start with this goal. Let's get to 2,000. We'll make short goals along with the long goal. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm doing my best. I keep tagging. Yeah, I'm seeing that, Rosa, and thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, when you talk with other people on this app, like when you're commenting, when they're doing things that, like, tagging me helps. Oh, I understand, Tiffany. We need to find someone to get more national attention. Well, I mean, I talked to you about that one thing that I want to try and do. That'll help. And I'm also working on a website. That'll help. Yeah, well, I have tried to get a hold of David Hogg. I know you have too. Can't force people to respond to us, unfortunately. I have a friend who is reaching out to a friend who is reaching out to somebody. Oh, hopefully we'll reach out to somebody for what we're doing. We'll see if that works. I don't want to say who because I don't want to jinx it. But I'm doing what I can to reach out to people. Did you know that the controversial blonde who did Black History last year is the Bree Woodson running in Georgia? I did not. I actually honestly don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to look it up. Heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend. I have a friend who is friends with a lot of other big people, and they may know someone who could help. We'll see. Let's go, Pats. That's right. Let's go, Pats. Go, Pats. Oh, she went viral last year for doing Black History Month lessons on TT. Nice. Well, I look forward to talking to her. She's on the list. She's getting talked to. You just need more people to sign up. The more people that sign up, the bigger this can get, the better it will be. Like I said, I would love it if I can get to a point where everybody who is running, I didn't, Candace, I don't think, but if you want to send that link that I sent you to her and have her sign up, that would be the easiest. I just keep forgetting. I can't keep track of anything right now. I can't keep track of anything. That's why I have Ash and Rosa helping me out as much as they are. Tell Candace to DM me the info. You could DM Rosa the info too, and they'll reach out. I'll cheer for Patty Peppermint. There you go. Peppermint Patty. Patty Peppermint, Peppermint Patty. Meh. I think the hardest thing to get people to do actually the state positions. It's somewhat easier to get people that are running for federal. I think state just feels smaller and a lot of them feel weird about doing podcasts. I have noticed that I'm getting very little response from people running for state office, like anywhere. I think I've maybe interviewed like 5 total people running for state office. Podcasts can feel a little weird. I understand that. But these people need visibility. That's how we fix things. But, yep. Like I said, we're getting it slowly, and it's only February. So in general, we got time. We got time in general. So, all right, guys. I'm gonna head out. Again, if you're not over on the tube watching the people that we're interviewing, there are so many that I'm actually posting almost daily. So please go watch them, share them, like them, comment on them. It helps the algorithm get it out and gives them a better chance of being seen by people in their district. So please, 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 you can't even understand how big of a help it is just watching the videos all the way through and interacting. So, and if you know people that like this stuff, please share it with them. Again, it's really, and also you want to follow, because like I said, Monday, I'm going to be putting out a video of an interview I did with someone who was detained by ICE, and we talk about their experience being detained. So if you're not following, please do, because you're going to want to see that. It's a wild story. And it was actually not as wild as some of the other stories that I've heard, but it's still wild. So, guys, thank you for the likes, the shares, the gifts, the subs. Thank you for all the super chats. I appreciate you guys so very much. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. You guys are amazing just the way you are, and I love you all very much. Stay safe, stay healthy. Remember to sing, laugh, dance, smile. Do something that makes you happy. Bye, guys. Goodbye, YouTube. You guys rock. Love you.